Hi, I'm Christy. I am privileged to work at church, and I have been doing so for the last 22 years almost. I'm in the office now. I was children's ministry director prior to switching to the office. So you've seen me do all kinds of different jobs and wear different hats. Today's devotion is from April 3, John chapter 12, verses 16 through 18. His disciples did not understand these things at first, but when Jesus was glorified, then they remembered that these things had been written of him and had been done to him. So the crowd that had been with him when he called Lazarus out of the tomb and raised him from the dead continued to testify. It was also because they heard that he had performed this sign that the crowd went to meet him. And something to ponder from the song God of Grace and God of Glory from our ELW Cranberry book, hymn number 705. God of grace and God of glory, on your people pour your power. Grant us wisdom, grant us courage for the facing of this hour, for the facing of this hour. Our reflection is called Looking Back. And perhaps the greatest gift the disciples have given the church is not an example of perfect faith, but their witness to human imperfection. How often they act not like wise saints, but ordinary, well-meaning people out of their depth, which of course they were. It's hardly surprising that the disciples and the crowds struggled to grasp who Jesus really was, what his words and actions really meant. Jesus raised Lazarus from the dead, but he himself was humbled to the point of death on the cross. How could he be so easily defeated? It was unfathomable. Not until he rose again could people look back on what had happened and understand that through Jesus' death and resurrection, God broke the power of death for all people and for all time. Looking back isn't always healthy, especially when nostalgia keeps us from recognizing God at work in the present. But it can help us to better understand the present and walk into the future. May God grant us wisdom and understanding that our looking back will lead us onward in a spirit of justice, companion, and peace. Our prayer for today, please join me in prayer. God of past, present, and future, we give you thanks that you are present with us in all times and places. By the power of your Spirit, may we face the past with honesty, the present with courage, and the future with hope. Amen.